Now in this video, we're going to have a look at how we can add tasks. So here on the home page or the Parent Center, you can see this section here which shows us all of the latest tasks that have been set. You can see there's a few tasks that have been set down here. Well, to add a new task, we go to the top here and click on this plus icon. And that takes us to this new page here. Now the first thing that we need to do is set the date for the task. Now by default it's due to go out today and they need to finish it by tomorrow. I need to change some of those details though. I'm going to have them see the task tomorrow and it's not due in until Thursday. Now make sure you click apply before you move on from here. And next up we can actually set a title for the task. You can see here that automatically it's got some basic information written in there. I might leave that as is for the moment though and come back and change that a bit later on. Now we can add a description in this box here. I don't tend to use this one too often, but some people I know absolutely love it. They tend to use it to put in details as to where they want the working set out, what type of working out they want, and so on. Now as we move down, you'll see this box here, and that one's automatically ticked for you. Strongly recommend you leave this one exactly as it is. You'll love this feature. This means that a task report is automatically emailed to you whenever a task is due. So no more worrying about due dates and chasing kids up. Straight away in your inbox, a detailed report showing exactly how they've gone in the task. Now this next one here, well, this determines whether you want the kids to complete the lessons in the same order that you've listed them in the task, or whether you're happy enough for them to do them in their own order. I'll leave that one unchecked for the moment. And then this last one, hide year level of lessons and diagnostic tests from students. Well, I find this one's particularly useful. Maybe you've got a kid who's struggling a little bit with their work. You've decided to give them a lesson from a lower year level, but you don't want them to become too discouraged. Won't worry about checking that one for the moment though. Now let's set some actual details for this task here. We're going to start off by clicking here where we're adding recipients. So you can see down the bottom here we've got our kids registered. Now I only want Jess to do this particular task. So we click add and you can see her name appears in the box above that. Now we can add more than one recipient if we want, but I only want Jess to do this particular one. So the next thing we need to do is add lessons. Now initially when this opens, this gives us access to every single lesson on the MathsOnline site. A little bit too much though, we don't need that many. What we're going to do is filter this down a bit. Jess is in year 2, so we'll filter it by course first of all. And she's doing some work on number patterns and algebra. And I only wanted to do some lessons on subtraction. Now first up, I definitely wanted to complete this lesson here on subtraction up to 20. So we'll add that lesson. I might add this second one here too. Now having a little bit of a think about this third one, counting on to find the difference. I think I might actually put that one in there. Then when I have a look at that, I think 3 lessons, maybe it's a little bit too much. So what I can do, go over to the side here and I can delete that lesson by clicking on that red cross. Now we've also got the option, if we click here, using these up and down buttons to change the order of the lessons. Looking at that though, I think it was better how I had it originally, so I'll move that back down. Now the last thing to consider with these lessons, the 2 boxes here, whether we want students to attempt all questions and reach their pass grade to complete the lesson, or whether you're happy with students just attempting all of the questions to complete it. I think I actually want Jess to complete her pass grade, so I'll check that first box again. Now the next thing to consider is whether we want to add diagnostic tests for the task or not. Now most people I know tend to use these either just before a topic starts or when they've finished a topic, just so they can see if there's any areas of weakness that they really need to focus on. Now I'm not going to worry about it for this particular task though, so we'll move on. So let's check all the details. We can see here we've set it for Jess. We've got these couple of lessons saved and we didn't add a diagnostic test. So the only thing I'm going to do before I save the task is just change this title here. I'll simply call the task subtraction and then we go over to the top here and we save task. Now we can see on this page here that task subtraction for Jess has been saved for us. Well, that's all that's involved in adding a task. Like everything on MathsOnline, we've tried to make this as simple as possible so that you can use it most effectively to help your kids out with their maths. But if you do get stuck with the process at all, don't be afraid to get in contact with us and we'll help you out.